how's it going, everybody? BurntBrian here, and today I've got another great craft brew to share with you all. And this one is a very unique one, to say the least. It comes from the Widmer Brothers Brewing Company out of Portland, Oregon. And let me just tell you a little bit about the company. Omission is the first craft beer brand in the United States focused exclusively on brewing great tasting craft beers with traditional beer ingredients, including malted barley, specially crafted to remove gluten. So yes, this is a gluten-free beer for all of you people out there who have an intolerance to gluten, which there does seem to be a lot of those people these days. To tell you a little bit about it, this is a traditional lager style brew. The malts used are pale and caramel 10. The hops are Citra, Sterling, and Mount Hood. The IBU on this, which is the International Bitterness Unit, which is a measurement basically to just measure the bitterness of the beer, is at 20. So again, it is, to give you a reference, your average pale ale will rank in about 100 on the bitterness scale. So again, this is on the more mild side, should be a very, not very bitter beer at all. Let's see, this one's real interesting. On the front it says Omission. It isn't just what we took out, it's what we left in. Handcrafted lager. The one thing I want to point out with this one is I noticed that there was a, just like a little bit of separation almost at the bottom, a little bit of, I don't know, you could see a haziness. There was a little swirling in it. And a lot of people don't know about this, but sometimes with your craft beers, when you get them, you're going to see that. You might even see particles. You might see little white floaties that are, you know, some people go, ah, what's this white stuff in my beer? And all that really is either the yeast or it's either, it could be in their filtration process. Some companies use a very light filtration. And so you end up with some of those things, and in no way is that at all harmful or dangerous to you at all. It's actually perfectly fine to drink, and it's just a little more quality. So all I'm trying to do there is just lightly roll the beer around, just to kind of mix those things back in as it sat on the shelf for a short time. And again, the haze is gone, so let's go ahead and pop the top here. And let's see what we've got on this one. Nice pour, very translucent beer. Oh yeah, very nice. Beautiful head. It's a good looking beer. There again, it's not see-through completely. It's not entirely like some of those crap mass-produced beers that we have in America from the major distributors that I will not mention. It is very murky in a sense. You can't see through it. It's got a very smooth, simple aroma to it. It's got your standard lager smell. Let's go ahead and give it a taste. Oh yeah, that's a very smooth. It has a very crisp taste to it. Again, it is your traditional lager style beer. It's a very smooth drink. This is something that just about any time you could enjoy it. For me, living here in Florida, I can especially see this being very delicious during the sweltering summers that we have here, where it's just incredibly hot. Something like this would be just very refreshing and again crisp. Something great to enjoy during those hot days of the year. But again, it's one that could be enjoyed just about any time. It is a very, very smooth and not at all a dominating flavor. And again, this is the first gluten-free beer that I've ever had. And I gotta say, it's very, very good. I feel bad for everyone that has gluten allergies. I used to work I was in restaurants all my life for the last 13 years. I worked as a chef in different restaurants, and I was amazed to see the number of different people out there that have allergies to such things like peanuts, especially. You have to watch out with peanut oil. And then you've got your glutens and stuff. And so it's always very hard for someone going out to eat to try to find a meal that's gluten-free, let alone a beverage. So, I've actually been out to dinner a few times with a friend of mine, and she happens to be, intolerant to gluten, and so she really couldn't enjoy any of the craft beers or the things that I was enjoying during the dinner, and that's kind of, it's got to suck in some levels. But, you know, here's your answer, folks. For those of you who do have your gluten allergy, this thing is a very smooth tasting beer. Something you will definitely enjoy. Again, it's just so smooth. Again, there's a light crispness that comes through it. It's a very refreshing drink. I don't feel no thickness at all at the mouth, no bitterness, no sourness. There's nothing about it. It's just a very nice, pleasant, light beer. Again, this is their lager, so it is your traditional lager style beer, and they do have a pale ale and I believe another style. I think they have 3 beers in their lineup, and all of them are dedicated to being gluten-free. So I'll have to try to see if I can find the other 2. My local store here only had the lager style, the traditional one, but I definitely wanted to pick it up since I saw it in the store. I tried to contact the company, and you know, they suggested that I try to look around in some certain areas here in town to see if I could find it. And thankfully, I did find this one, but I'll have to try the other ones. And it looks like there is something on the inside cap, but I can't read or make out what it is. But again, I do collect all of these little bottle tops. I'm going to try to make a cool collage or something using all of these different craft brew tops. Wow. Again, I'm just very impressed with how smooth it is. I mean, even if you were to take our big distributors, those big crappy mass-produced beers that we have nowadays, and you pit this up against it, it's just so much better. I mean, unbelievably smooth beer. Why go with the traditional, I'll say it, why would you go with Bud Light or something like that, or Budweiser, if you could have a very, very smooth lager like this that I believe it has about 140 calories per serving, which really isn't too bad at all. Wow, it's a great beer. So like I always try to do, end all my videos. Wow. Got a little in my flavor saver there, but wow, very good. I almost feel like I get like some kind of slight citrus note at the end of that. Maybe not. But anyway, very, very good beer. Please be sure to check them out. I'll have a link down in the description so you can go check out what their website's all about, a little bit more background on the company itself and some of the other beers they have in their lineup. Don't forget to join me on Facebook. I try to, communicate with you guys a lot there. And at the same time, please feel free to leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you think of this series, what you think about these different brews, the way that I review things. Again, by no means do I claim to be a beer expert or a beer aficionado when it comes to doing these reviews. I do consider myself a connoisseur in a sense that I do enjoy all different kinds of craft beers, and I try them pretty regularly, if not every day am I having some sort of craft beer. So anyway, it's just something I'm doing for fun, trying to expand out my audience a little bit. And since I'm going to be enjoying these craft beers anyway, I might as well share it with all of you. So anyway, thanks for watching, my friends, and as always, stay toasty, my friends.